I was born in St. Louis, Missouri, and prior to architecture, I was educated as living in small farm communities. Moved to Arizona and ended up at ASU, where I got my Bachelor of Architecture degree in 1966. I wasn't born with a passion for design. In fact, I didn't know anything about design. But in high school, I met a couple of girls there that were classmates, and I would go to their house, and they were the most fantastic houses that I had ever seen. Never saw anything like it. Both of their fathers were architects. So I figured, well, if I'm ever going to be able to live in a house like this, I better be an architect. My basic design value is to keep things simple and not over-design. Well, to me, you can't design in a vacuum. It all starts with understanding. You have to understand the client and the program. You have to understand the site and the environment where your project is going to be located. And you have to understand, what are the possibilities? And balance that with what are the constraints. I think that's really the start of the process. As buildings become more complex and projects become super complicated, it really takes a team. My interest is really in the planning, so I need to have a partner who can bring the design chops and really understand how to make a building look great and yet meet all of the forms and the functions. The other thing is the technology that we're in right now with the tools that are available to us. It really takes a team that can understand, and everybody maybe has a specialization or they bring a part of that puzzle to the final solution. So that's how we collaborate. Who knows? What I'm seeing is a whole lot more complexity. Buildings can be complex because the technology, the tools that we have allow you to do that. As an architectural student, you're using all of these great tools. So why not make it as complex as you can, just because you can? On a personal level, my biggest challenge is really how to stay up with the technology, because I'm kind of an antiquated person. I love to sketch with pen and ink, and that's how I like to communicate my design ideas. But I need to be able to communicate with younger architects and designers. In order to do that, I need to keep myself current on technology to the best that I can. I think that is important for students is to be open-minded. I would encourage all students and graduates to travel as much as you possibly can and just soak it in. Not just looking at the buildings or the spaces, but think about how cities work, how people move, how people use these buildings that you're going to create. That's what I would recommend.